If I die tonight, I pray to God that my time is right. And even though folks say time is money, you can't earn no more time tonight. And tell my girl don't cry for me, cause I'm right here beside the king.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you a really easy way to win if you're struggling to get a win. So I'm going to show you like this really easy strategy. So basically what you're going to want to do is, let's say there's a plane spawn, right? So there's frosty flights, there's some over here, up here by the block. There's a lot of planes all around the map. But what you're going to want to do is pretty much find one of the spawns furthest from you, mark that place. I mean, you don't have to mark it, and just jump there. Like, just go to that place. Alright, this guy appears they might be going to Frosty as well. Not really sure. We're just going to head over there slowly but surely. Basically what you're going to do is find a plane and just stay in that plane for as long as possible. You're going to just like want to go ahead, get into the zone, and just boost up to the top, like where you stall. And right before you stall, just use the booster and just keep doing that over and over again until end game. This strategy works I think pretty much on all platforms. I've gotten a bunch of wins doing this. Like if you're just trying to grind wins and stuff like that, or you're struggling to get your first win, this is a very easy way. Like I've gotten like probably like 5 0-kill wins doing this. It's that easy. I've like got a bunch of 1-kill wins, 2-kill wins, 3-kill wins. Like you're not gonna get a lot of action, but it's an easy way to win. Or if you're trying to grind XP and level up really fast, this is one way you can do it. But yeah, we seem to have a lot of people here this game, which you know, you don't usually have this many people here. It's usually like 1 or 2, if any. You know, best case scenario, you don't have anybody come here. You loot up, you get on the plane. I usually like to come here, get loot, and then go to the house on this mountain over here and get mats. But right now, we're just gonna pop this real quick. Now, this strategy works pretty well on pretty much all platforms, but I found it works the best on mobile, probably because mobile players are probably, like, the majority of them are, like, probably the least skilled of all the different platforms. Now, there are some really good mobile players, but, like, the average player on mobile isn't as good as, like, the average PC player, so that's why I think it works so much better on here. And a big part of it is, I think a lot of them on mobile have, like, not the greatest device, and so I think like their graphics are a lot worse, and so like your plane just doesn't render in a lot if you're high enough, which is probably the main reason, honestly. Oh, this guy here, probably gonna fight this dude. What he's doing. Wait, I have auto fire on? Who turned auto fire on? There we go. I don't know why auto fire's on. I'm not gonna bother turning it off. Oh, there's the guy. I have no mats. Alright, perfect. That was awkward there. I had no mats. I couldn't really fight that dude very well. Alright. I wish I had that chug still, but whatever. So that's everybody dead who came here, I'm pretty sure. So there we go. Just like that, we got 2 kills. And now we're gonna go ahead, loot up the rest of this place, and hopefully find some heals and get on a plane.
2,000 years later.
Alright, so we have not fully looted this place, but the zone is coming, and I just want to get on a plane and get out of here. I did find some bandages and a med kit, so I was able to heal off. I think the cabin that I usually go to is, yeah, it is out of zone. It's right up here, though. I'll show you guys. It's right up here. I usually come here to get mats and stuff like that. I'm not going to bother this game because it's out of zone. But that's usually where I come for materials and stuff like that when I'm doing this strategy. And you can land wherever you want, but there's usually a few chests there as well, which are nice when doing the strat. So now what you're basically going to want to do is, honestly, I should land somewhere and get some mats real quick. I'm probably going to land right up here at this hut and just get a few trees. Let me just do that real quick. Perfect. Yeah, just probably mine these like 3 trees down and get back in the plane, just so we have a little bit of mats. Usually you don't have like a lot of build battles and stuff during this strategy anyway, though, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, there we go. We got like 200 wood right now, so I mean we're alright. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. There's another plane over there, so what we're gonna want to do is just avoid him, because he's probably not doing the strategy. He's probably just flying around looking for kills or whatever. We're looking for people third parties, not trying to play super passive to the end of the game. So what we're going to do is just fly up as high as possible. It's kind of hard to guess when to do this, but At some point, just use your booster to get up to the point where you stall. And right here, I'm stalled. And basically, what you're going to do is just try and keep the plane as high as possible and as even as possible for as long as you can, and just kind of chill here like this. You do want to obviously rotate to the circle, which is pretty easy because eventually you'll fall low enough and your motor will start again. And then what I do is I just go right back up and stall again. I just keep doing this, and most of the time I don't get shot at when I'm doing this in solos. I do this with my friend in duos sometimes when we're trying to grind wins, and it generally works out pretty well there. I do get shot more though when I do it in duos, which is something I've noticed. But still, we've gotten a lot of wins doing that in duos if you're just trying to grind wins, and I've gotten a few in solo. I don't usually do this strategy in solo. I usually just do it on duos or whatever, but it works for solos as well. It doesn't work as well in squads because people are just together more, I guess. Maybe they feel more confident. I don't really know, but I almost always get shot out when I try and do this in squads. But for duos and solos, it seems to work pretty well. So I just heard somebody rift, and usually when people rift, if you're high enough, their rift will actually be below you. So you don't have to worry about them like flying over to you and taking your plane. The rift was right over here. Right now I think I'm actually about even with the rifts because I'm kind of low. I'm usually a bit higher than this. But oh, there's the guy right there rifted. I don't know if you guys can see him, but he's down there in the bottom right. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. You just look up, use your booster, fly up till you stall, even out the plane. It's pretty simple. And if you guys are wondering how to do barrel rolls on mobile, because I know a lot of people don't know how to do it, you just take your right thumb and just spam it from left to right on your screen. It doesn't really work very well when I'm stalled, but when the motor's running, that's how you do it. And then if you want to use the brakes, because for a long time I didn't even know there was a brake button on mobile. I just thought they didn't add it. You just take your thumb on the screen and just kind of look down. It's kind of weird, but this is how it works. I don't even know how to explain it that well, but take your thumb and kind of just like drag it downward, but without actually looking around, like to rotate your view. It's kind of weird, but just drag it like downward. I guess I should give credit where credit is due for this strategy. I mean, I don't really know who the actual originator is, but I'm just the first place I ever saw somebody doing this was Nick Merckx and Cypher PK. They're playing the pop-up tournament and they were doing this, and I was like curious because it was working pretty well for them, and I was curious, you know, I wonder if it'd be that easy just to do it in a normal public game if you're just trying to grind wins or something like that. And that's how I was able to come up with this. I'm doing it like a little bit different than they were, but yeah, that's where I got this, if you guys are wondering how I found out about this. So there's another plane down here flying below me. I'm just going to want to ignore him because I don't think he's trying to do the same strategy as I am. I'm pretty sure he's just flying around looking for people to third party, stuff like that. I'm trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. I don't want people to even know I'm up here, which is why I'm going so high up. I don't want people to know I'm here. I want to have my motor turned off like as much as possible, keep that stalled pretty much as I physically can. Because that sound, a lot of time, especially on mobile with the indicators, will attract people to where you are, and then they'll look up and they'll see you, they'll shoot you down, your plane will take damage, or even worse, it'll explode, then you have to bail, or if it explodes you may even take 50 damage. Sometimes it glitches and I take 100 damage. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, be very careful, just like to stall as quick as possible. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just keep your motor stalled as much as you physically can. So someone's shooting a rocket launcher. I don't know if they're shooting that at me or if they just like missed. Wait, did that just explode? Oh, I guess rocket launchers explode and they hit a certain point. I didn't know that. That's cool to know. I thought they kind of just went on forever and just like disappeared. I didn't know they actually exploded. Yeah, I think that guy missed because it just said he exploded somebody in chat. So I think he was just trying to shoot at somebody and it happened to miss and fly up here. So I don't even think he knows we're up here. I have noticed that towards the end game, the plane gets a little bit harder to control. Like sometimes it feels like you're not even controlling it when you're trying to do the boost and stuff, and it kind of just goes a little bit wild. I don't know if Epic purposely incorporated that in to make it like a little bit harder to like abuse planes or whatever. Just thought I'd let you guys know that it is sometimes a little bit hard to control the plane just randomly, so keep that in mind. So what you're going to want to do when the circle gets really small to the point where you can't control your plane anymore is you're just going to want to bail out of your plane. Obviously the circle is not nearly small to do that yet, but like when it gets really small and you can't control your plane anymore, you're going to want to just bail it and instantly put your glider out and just keep that high ground as long as possible while the storm is constantly moving, if you can get to that point, which is normally how far I can get the plane to. And just keep that high ground up in the air as long as possible. It makes it very easy for you to rotate to the constantly moving circles, and a lot of the time the last people or last guy or last two people or whatever will just get like caught or mess up in the storm and die, because at that point it's like a 10 tick or something like that, I'm pretty sure, and they die very quickly in the zone, and just one little slip up, you know, and they can die very easily. So basically, like, we're just gonna chill up here in the sky. If you take a little bit of storm damage, you know, that does happen sometimes, just get back into the zone ASAP, the safe zone, I mean. Just do that ASAP, you know. I mean, if you took a little bit of damage, I mean, it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? Alright, so it is getting down to very small circle, you know, very close to the end of the game. Just gonna wanna chill up here in the sky. So you're just gonna wanna boost all the way up here and make your motor stall ASAP, and just like I said, just avoid people. You want them to kill each other off and die into the zone. I mean, a lot of time you will end up having to fight the last guy, but you know, as long as you're okay at the game, that shouldn't be too hard. So right now it's getting kind of hard to control the plane because the zone is so small. So you're gonna want to go ahead though and just keep stalling it as long as you physically can. Alright, there we go. Someone just died to a rocket. Alright, so it's good to know this guy does have a rocket, unless he's out of ammo for some weird reason. But it is now a 1v1. You know, we're chilling. Right now we're gonna go ahead and bail, and just do this, man. You know, on mobile it is a lot harder to control the planes. Wait, what's this guy doing? Is he looking for me? I've never seen anyone do this end game like this. I think he has the same idea as me. Just to kind of, this is weird. I don't know. But anyway, I think this guy might be actually kind of good. So. Anyway, just gonna go ahead, keep rotating. I don't believe he sees us, so we did take a lot of storm damage, which is unfortunate. We're gonna want to do though is probably just land actually and laser him. And boom, just like that. So easy to get your first win. This strategy is kind of overpowered. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully this helps you guys get your first win or just grind some wins if you're trying to get your XP up, level up your guy. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.